ready to see how long it takes for this top to go down on this Camaro SS. First, so I won't cheat and do the last first.
It's got a 455 horsepower V8 engine in it. It sounds amazing when you rev it up. It comes with a heads-up display, both audio system, vertical top, heated and cold seats with the seats come handy on the daylight today. So I was a big fan on the 6.2 V8 of this Camaro SS. I've got it in track mode now, so I'm going to get it down a little bit and then kick it. You'll hear the real noise on it. Yeah, that's nice. Little kickback drum exhaust. And a poop and smoke just whatever Kevin in the Mustang. Sorry, bro. So how good does that 5.0 Coyote V8 sound? Let you take a listen. The 2018 Ford Mustang GT has 460 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque. Of course, it's the infamous, or famous rather, 5.0 liter Coyote motor that Ford's had for a while. This year, in 2018, they put the 10-speed automatic in it. It does shift pretty well. When you go to, say, do a downshift like that got to, I won't say how fast I went there. But it has a good tone to it. It has a good burble, a good tone to it. It shifts pretty quick. I would say the design on the outside is absolutely phenomenal. Agreed. Gorgeous design on it. Hands down, it is better looking than the Mustang on the outside. I agree. Even with the touches on the convertible top, adding an extra painting feature on the back is very nice. My second favorite feature is obviously the V8 has a very nice growl to it. I'm not saying the Mustang doesn't. Saying this one just has more bite to it, in my opinion. My third favorite thing is obviously the seats. Chevy's always done a good job making extremely comfortable seats, and I have to say it goes to the par with that. But if you had to add one more thing to it, the sound system on this one kicks the Mustang, hands down. You got the Bose audio system on it, gives a nice deep bass to it as well. Makes it more pleasurable when you're driving around, especially on longer. And I agree with that. If you like the bass-heavy Bose systems, yeah, I agree. The Camaro in this situation does have a better sound system, although mine does not have a shaker audio system, so it's kind of apples and oranges on that one. That is true. Wow, you got this jump right out front. But you got to be careful because they will pull you over in a hard beat down here. I mean, speed limit is 30, and they make sure you're going that speed or less. Couple miles an hour over and they get you. Alright, so top 3 dislikes. There's no trunk space on this thing at all. No. In order to have that nice, beautiful little piece of painted cover for your convertible top and back, it gives you enough room for a carry-on size bag in the trunk of this vehicle. And we'll show you just a little bit. Yeah, we'll show you. Maybe just a little bit more. Obviously, the headroom. There hardly is any in this vehicle, as he's mentioned earlier. Now, me being 6 foot tall, I can see out in the middle of the windshield, but if you get much taller than that, you're pretty much dialed up. I'm trying to think of another dislike. I mean, it's really hard to pick one out because, I mean, this vehicle is extremely nice. I would say the interior design. The front screen tilted in. It's not flat, it's not tilted out, it's tilted back. It makes the visibility just a little bit Yeah, you can honestly see a lot. They did that for glare. Yeah, they did that for glare, but it backfired on them, in my opinion. Well, I mean, you can see the glare of your pants and your shirt shining back up on the screen. You can barely even read what's on the screen right now. Yeah. And some of the interior plastics are, you know, typical hard plastic GM. So the first thing that strikes you when you're from behind the wheel driving this Camaro SS is the cowl. The front cowl kind of comes up, so you see a lot of hood, and then it drops off. And the header is pretty close to your head, and the A-pillar kind of comes in. Once you get past that, my line of sight, I'm looking right at the visor. So visibility for me is not as good. So if you are 6'3", 6'4", maybe a little taller, you might want to consider that when you're renting or buying a vehicle like this. Of course, from the top down, it's not as big of a deal. It is relatively quiet. Renting this car to go on a road trip, you got to have some trunk space, right?
This vehicle definitely
Even just two people. So let's look and see how much trunk space you have with the top down. And there is not much at all. Compare this to the Camaro on the trunk space. Now this is with the top down. Again, we go way further back, so you can get a lot more bags in there. So trunk space, hands down. All right, so Vanilla Ice will be really proud because we are literally rolling in a 5.0 with the rag top down, so you know it can blow. On, of all places, beachfront, A1A, Beachfront Avenue.
Yep.
So hopefully there's no copyright issues there, Alex. If it is, I apologize. The lengths we go to for A&E's adventures, I tell you, it's rough. Driving convertibles on A1A and Highway 1, it's tough, guys. Okay, so back to the serious part of automotive journalism, because we are amateur professionals after all. So the header on this one, visibility is much better out of the Mustang. The header does not come right here. It's not impeding my sight lines at all. Again, I'm 6'4", seat's the same position. The A-pillar is in a much better spot too. It feels better. You may not agree. I like driving the Mustang better. I like the way the Camaro looks better. I like the way the Mustang drives better. It's, to me, not even close. Sound system aside, because that's an option, I just really enjoy it better. The ride is just as good. The seats for me are more heavily bolstered on the sides and on the lumbar, so I like it that instance. Man, there's a lot of buses right there. Good grief. So my top three things, my top three likes. I like the engine. I think that the exhaust note's better. I do. On startup, cold start, I think the exhaust note of the Coyote is better. I think it sounds a little better when you kind of get down and then boost it a little bit. I think that sounds better. I like the way that the handling is. I like the way that it steers and handles better, and I like the interior in general better than the Camaro. Top three dislikes: I don't like the two-step latch and then fold down. It should be just a one-step power button at this point. It is 2018. If the Camaro can do Porsche-like wonders in the back with the Targa top kind of thing, Mustang should be able to do that. I know it sacrifices the trunk space with the top down, but the cool factor kind of supersedes that, in my opinion, because you're not going to be hauling a family in this thing. There's no leg room. I mean, unless they don't have legs, they're not going to fit in the back seat with average-sized adults in the front. It's just a pony car. That's the way it is. So that was my number two. But with exterior was not alike. I don't like the exterior styling as much as the Camaro. I don't like the two-step on the latch. The third thing I don't like about it, gosh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a third thing. What do you have as a third?
It's really hard to pick out something negative because it is a nice vehicle.
Look at him. Chevy guy can't come up with a third thing. Can't come up with a third thing. Look at that. Look at that.
It is hard, let me tell you.
All right, so let's just be objective. Okay, let's kind of summarize, wrap this thing up, because the GoPro battery is going dead, and it's 100 degrees out here with the heat index. So I'm
sweltering.
Freaking hot.
Yeah, it's
hot down here. Okay, so let's be objective. Fuel economy, The Camaro just edges it out. Just edges it out.
Just barely.
Just edges it out. Very comparable there. Don't buy it based on the fuel economy difference at all. Top down, it's faster in the Mustang, but it looks cooler in the Camaro, so that's a wash. Comfort, I like a more heavily bolstered seat. He does not. Again, that's a wash. Exhaust note, I like the 5.8 or 5.0 V8 sound in the Coyote. It's a nastier exhaust to me. It's not as deep or droning, I guess, which some people do like in the 6.2, but I like that nastier kind of snap with the exhaust.
Sounds more like a NASCAR vehicle, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
Got more of that kind of sound to it, which it is kind of nice.
Yep. Okay, so exterior styling, Camaro wins hands down.
Oh yeah, most
Despite
definitely.
the fact this thing is the most boring silver gray color in the world. Aside from that,
I'm sure if it was red, it'd look a little bit better, but the decorative design on the outside of the Camaro is just incredible. They went to lengths, you can tell, to make sure it looked really, really nice.
All right, so we've got a winner on the outside. The inside, to me, I do like the Mustang better, and you may disagree with that.
No, I'd say the Mustang's got a better interior. It's definitely got more knee room, better cockpit
there's
design.
more room, more comfort. To me, there's just more space inside of it. Okay, so ride and handling.
You know, honestly, I can't tell much of a difference between the two of them.
Yeah, I would agree there.
I mean, they're basically ride about the same. They both drive about similar. I wouldn't say the exact same, but similar. I mean, to be honest with you, even the steering itself, this one might be just a tad tighter, which is nice. But honestly, you can't tell too much of a difference.
Visibility.
Visibility is definitely a lot better in the
Hands
Mustang.
down Mustang visibility. Yeah. Okay, so what's our conclusion?
I really don't know. It's really hard to make a choice between the two of them, to be honest with you. Because they both have such good pros and such good cons.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to your personal preference. If you need more room, need more interior space, go for the Mustang. If you're going more for looks and for showing off, which honestly, that's kind of what these pony cars are all about, go with the Camaro.
Not to say the Mustang does not have some nice trim packages you can get, but just basically just basing it on the GT model and the SS we've got, definitely I would say the SS has a better design on it.
Yeah, I'd say if you're gonna go rental car, I think the Camaro is a cooler rental car. I think if you're gonna actually own it, I would go with the Mustang. Everyday livability, the Mustang is gonna be better. To show a little bit, but to show off a little bit and to have some fun for a rental.
Still have trunk space for a convertible, the convertible one. Just saying.
Yeah, Camaro's a good option.
Yeah.
So, on that significant disappointment of not having to come up with a winner at all, it is inconclusive. Okay, so the formality crap's all over with. So if you had to actually pick a car, which one would it be?
I would pick this one with a different coloration.
So if it were
sound system.
your car, your money, you'd go Mustang.
Oh yeah.
Just different color?
Just different color, yeah.
Okay. If it were me, my money, yeah, I would probably go Mustang too.
You can get a GT package. I mean, these are just rental car versions. Like the SS, that's how it comes.
And these things,
that's how this comes.
Mine has 13,000 miles on it. This thing has been dragged out. Oh my gosh, you can tell this thing's been driven hard to put up with. And you can, I mean, your Camaro had what, 6,000 to 7,000 miles on it?
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing. I mean,
yeah.
whoever rents these things, I mean, they trash them when they do them. I mean, they just thrash these things. We've been pretty gentle on it overall.
Yeah, we have.
I think. But okay, I just wanted to get your opinion kind of off the record, but not on the record because I got it on